My name is Eilish Rafferty and I am playing the part of Betty Dwyer in Fractured. Betty is the wife of Tom Dwyer, who is an RIC officer in Maynooth. I'm from County Tyrone originally, but I've been living in Naas for nearly 20 years. Haven't got the Kildare accent, hopefully. I'm a content writer by profession, which means I write for businesses, whether it's website content, blogs, social media, brochure content, whatever they don't have time to or don't know how to write themselves. My most challenging role was Hedda Gabler in Hedda Gabler, because it was my first leading lady role and I was just so awestruck by and intimidated by the iconic nature of the character, because everybody would say, oh, Hedda Gabler, that's a great part. Also, it's a very challenging role because she's not a very likable person. So it's difficult to get an audience to feel any kind of sympathy for her. And I found that I had to really look between the lines, action off the lines, to try and generate that little bit of sympathy in the audience. Not sure how successful I was. That's what I did. There's a couple of parts I have my eye on. Medea is one of them, and I'd love to play the character of Arkadina in The Seagull. I never had the actor's nightmare, anxiety dream, until COVID came along. In all my years acting, I never had that dream. And then COVID came and I wasn't acting, I wasn't in plays, but I started to have the actor's nightmare, anxiety dream. And it was usually about being in a play and not having my costume or not being able to find my costume. And sometimes it was also about not having a clue what my lines were or what play I was actually in. The importance of knowing your nation's history, I think that is so important. Especially as I'm from Northern Ireland, I've learnt a lot about how Northern Ireland came about. And the other thing I've learnt maybe from my character is that I don't know if I would be able for it. You know, the really difficult choices that people made in those days, where they had to pick a side and really take that side, sometimes, you know, to the death. I think today our problems are so first world. I think we would all really struggle with that. Maybe I'm wrong. Collins, but having read around the whole period, it was so complex, a very, very complex situation. I think talking about the treaty negotiations, Dev's instructions to the delegates in London were far from clear, and I think they probably got the best deal that they were going to get, and then they came back to Dublin and Dev more or less didn't like the result, and even when the Dáil ratified the treaty, he didn't accept the decision. So I think that was a mistake. But having said that, yeah, it was a really, really complex time.